Hey y'all, it's Ashley bringing you another layout for Citrus Twist Kits. So this layout process is going to be only using the October 2014 main scrapbooking kit. So I'm going to share that with you today. And right now I'm just kind of having a look through the pattern paper. So this craft chevron paper completely caught my eye, and I knew that I wanted to use that for this particular layout. And so I went ahead and I knew it would be a little bit too much to probably use the whole thing, although some people can make that work, but I felt like it would be too much for me, or I wouldn't know how to make that work for my taste. And so otherwise I've seen people, I've seen people use like full patterns like this and they can do it great, but I for some reason have a little bit more of a difficult time with that. So I decided to use it at, like, I would say at the top, I guess the top of the page, although it doesn't take up quite half of it, but it does take up like a little over a quarter. And so I also cut up some pattern papers from the it's from the Creative Agenda collection, and I'm looking through these Heidi Swapp letters right now thinking that I may use those. Now, the photograph that I'm using is of my scrap room when it was super messy one day. It's like just my desk, and so I snapped a photo and posted it on Instagram, and it's just kind of funny because I don't know, like, that was my mat. This is when I used my mat like underneath my, or on my work surface, or as my work surface, and so now I use a different desk. But it's just funny how I get anything done when because normally I create with just like a mess, and so sometimes that just works for me. And so the title of the layout is going to be I think it's Beautiful Mess, or A Beautiful Mess, I can't really remember. So I used that piece from that Heidi Swapp pound sign or hashtag, and I use that for the first part of the title, and then I'm going to use these other alpha stickers for the actual title part, which this is from the 12 by 12 sticker sheet, the Creative Agenda line, and this came in the main kit. Now you'll notice that my layers above that are not adhered down yet, and that's because I wanted to get these stickers on first and get I kind of fiddle with them for quite a bit, and I wanted to get this just right, I guess, for my taste. I'm not a perfectionist, but sometimes with letters it really bugs me. Personally, it bugs me when I do layouts where the letters aren't exactly, not perfectly straight, but aren't straight to my liking. And then I wanted to do that first so that I could then adhere the focal part, or the focal point on there. So I used, there are some smaller alpha stickers on that same sticker sheet, so I went ahead and used those for the mess part of the title. And now I'm deciding, like, okay, I'm good with adhering that next part down. Although I do pull it up and add something, but you guys will see that here in just a second. I can't decide at this point what I want to add, because I have that focal point, and then I have that craft paper at the top. I have my title underneath, and I'm thinking, well, I need to embellish it somehow, but I'm not really sure at this point, like, how I wanted the embellishments to go. Do I want them to like flow from a corner, or do I want them to be like on the side of the photos just to make it more symmetrical? Or do I want to just like be lightly embellish this one? And so right now I'm taking a look through the Maggie Holmes open book, just kidding, the Chamel ephemera pack, and that also came in our main kit. So I'm having a look through that, but I couldn't decide if I wanted anything at this point. So I decided in the Citrus Twist kits, you always get like a homemade piece, and this is the homemade piece for this month, and it is so cute. It's a tag with like some, like, almost like a tissue paper, like sewn down with sequins going across. And so I decided to move the focal point over so that I could have that as part of the centerpiece as well. And I went ahead and stuck that down with some dimensionals, and then I'm looking at this Creative Agenda enamel like pieces sticker sheet that has like the push pin and the arrows and the check marks and things like that. I also liked that orange camera from the 12 by 12 sticker sheet, so I went ahead and used that as well. This is going to be a very simple layout. I've used some of the word stickers from the sticker sheet, and of course I'm going back to fiddling with those letters again to make sure that I like those. And I do think I ended up liking the way that all turned out, but I kept having to kind of move those letters around. They just kept bugging me for some reason. The letters themselves are like a great font and I love them, but it was me. I couldn't get them right. So another thing that came in the kit was this trim, and so I went ahead and adhered that down, and I really love like how much interest this gave the whole layout. Like it went from looking like semi-plain to feeling a little bit more complete with this trim. So I really liked that. And then now I'm just kind of deciding, do I want to add anything else? Do I kind of like it a little bit more simple? And I go back and forth. I really like simple layouts, but then sometimes I have a hard time with just leaving them simple. And so with this particular one, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So the tray that I'm pulling my ephemera out of, those trays are from the Dollar Spot at Target. And I think that they were only $1. They were either $1 or $3. I think that they were only $1 though. And they've really come in handy. So I've been kind of I bought like 2 or 3 of them, and I've been using those to hold some of my ephemera. So this is where I kind of decide I need a little something else to kind of finish off the page. Now it's kind of like a little top heavy, so what I decided to do was add some pattern paper, and I love the pattern paper in this kit this month. I went ahead and added like a larger strip on top, and then kind of a slightly shorter strip below that, and then an even shorter strip as the third one below. So I really like the way that turned out, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy. Here's the final photo. Have a great weekend.